Welcome everybody to the special live edition of the Gibby podcast. I'm your host Zach McGibby, introducing special guest for this special interview. We've got professional running back Jordan Roberts, and Jordan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm glad we finally got this tech issue over with, and we can continue this interview.
Yeah.
So is there anything you want to promote before we get started with this interview?
Yes, you can go follow my YouTube channel at JTR1990, and my Twitter account's Jordan Roberts RB. Thanks.
Sounds perfect. So we'll get started right away. Just learn a little bit about yourself. So can you tell everybody where you're from?
I'm from Yawkey, West Virginia. It's a small town in the southern part of West Virginia. That's where I grew up.
Yep. And what is your since you are a football player, what is your favorite football team?
Well, growing up, I liked the St. Louis Rams and the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
And
sounds
quite
cool.
Yeah, I really just like, the players on the teams. You like Marshall Faulk, and for the St. Louis Rams, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Kurt Warner. And I also like, for the Colts, I like Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James, Marvin Harrison, and all them. But, most of them have retired by now.
Sounds cool. Yeah, sounds cool. Speaking, you mentioned Marshall Faulk. Would you say you kind of idolized Marshall Faulk growing up?
Yeah, I mean,
into your game.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest running backs to ever play the game, and I think anybody would want to idolize something, as great as he was. He could do it all.
Absolutely, definitely one of the best running backs ever. And would you say your running game is kind of like Marshall Faulk's in a way?
I think I'm my own running back. I don't, but if somebody told me I ran like Marshall Faulk, that'd be a huge compliment.
Sounds good. And can you tell everybody currently what your status is around football leagues, both Canadian and National Football League?
Well, right now I'm a free agent. I'm seeking a new agent. Just looking for the right opportunity, and we'll make the most of it.
Absolutely. So we'll just get started right away. We'll just go right to your high school days. I was looking up, and there's some info saying that you actually played some quarterback for your high school team. Is that true?
Yes. My junior year, our starting quarterback went down, and they put me at quarterback. And I can throw the ball pretty well, but I'm mostly a runner, so we would just run the wildcat and just snap it to me, and I just take off.
Absolutely. It must be hard doing the double duty as the quarterback and running back.
I mean, it wasn't a huge switch, going from running back to quarterback is, because our offense was just set up to, in high school just to mostly run the ball anyways. So it wasn't too hard of a switch.
Yes, definitely. So what would you say was more fun to play as the quarterback or the running back?
I would actually say it's probably more fun to play quarterback because, you make all the decisions. You got the ball. I love having the ball in my hands, but, running back now, you gotta pass, block, and be able to do it all. You gotta be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And, I love that part of it as well. But, playing quarterback in high school, just getting that snap to you and taking off, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you were actually a pretty good quarterback in high school. As far as I've read up, you had, from what I read, over 600 yards passing, 7 passing touchdowns. Like, that's pretty good. But obviously, running is your natural position, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've played every position on the field except offense and defensive line. I played receiver, corner, linebacker, safety,
Yeah.
Just pretty much everything. I'll do whatever the team needs me to do to be successful.
Yeah, just as long as you get on the field, right?
Oh yeah, anything to help the team win.
Absolutely. And you were also a Kennedy Award winner. Could you just explain to everybody what that was?
The Kennedy Awards given to the best high school player in West Virginia, and I received that my senior year. We was one game away from you know winning a state championship that year, and I was really just wanting to win a state championship, and I was doing everything I could to win as many games as I could for my team, and I ended up winning the Kennedy Award that year, and we was one game away from a state championship.
But it must have felt good though receiving that award.
Yes, it was a great honor to receive that award, from all my hard work in the off season and through the season.
Absolutely. And after your successful years in high school, you went to Charleston, the University of Charleston, play for the Golden Eagles, and you were brought in to play running back, correct?
Yes, I actually started out at West Virginia University, and
Oh, right.
I played there my redshirt freshman year, and then my I redshirted my first year, and then my redshirt freshman year I played on special teams, and then I transferred to University of Charleston, and yeah, I was used as a running back, and then my junior and senior year they used me as a return man and a running back.
Yeah. And what would you say the reaction around the locker room was when you first entered in?
I think everyone, the coaches, the players, they was all excited to have me, and they just, they knew I could help contribute to the team and, add to the program.
Absolutely. And how did it really feel to be a part of university football and just being a part of that university team?
Um, the University of Charleston Golden Eagles, it was great being a part of that organization. I, met a lot of new friends that I still talk to today. A lot of great coaches, a lot of great memories. Just something I'll never forget.
Absolutely. And what would you say your mindset was coming into Charleston?
My mindset, was just to come in there and do all I could to, make the team be successful.
Absolutely. And you were also were part of the Aztec Bowl after a while. And could you just describe the feeling of playing in Mexico and just playing to an international crowd?
Yes, it was. I got invited to the Aztec Bowl, which is an all-star game in Mexico. We played the Mexican All-Stars, and it was a great experience, being in another country. I'd actually never. I had to go get a passport because I'd never been in another country before, and I had a great week, with my teammates and the coaches, and in that game we we beat them pretty good. So I mean, it was a great
Yeah.
experience overall.
Yeah, and you had a solid game too. Had a touchdown, although the two others were called back. That must have been a little annoying having those two called back, but I mean, but you did return a kickoff. Had a great game, and it must have felt really cool, really good to really perform well in front of the international crowd.
Oh yeah, it was great, performing in front of the international crowd, and I just had a great experience down there, and I'm just glad we could come away with the win. Also, it was an opportunity for me to get some, game film
Mm.
and, put that on YouTube and send it to, scouts.
Absolutely. And so it says here you broken some NCAA records. Could you just be specific on what records you broken?
Yes, I had the most rushing yards in the first half and the first quarter of a game. I'm
Yeah.
not specifically sure what the exact numbers are, but I think it's around 200 and 60 or 70
Yeah.
yards in the first half, and
Hmm.
then after that they played me one series, and then they took me out. It was the last game of the year. We we were 8-2 at the time, our record. So we thought that we was going to play, in the playoffs, but unfortunately we didn't make the playoffs at University of Charleston, and they were kind of like saving me for the playoffs, but we ended up just falling short. Even though we went 9-2, we still somehow didn't make the playoffs, and it was disappointing. If I'm sure if we could go back now, I'd have probably played the whole game and probably could have had a lot more yards than I did have.
Well, we all have stuff to look back on, but you really light it up, and you were a two-time All-American, and you won the Offensive Player of the Year. How did that feel?
I wasn't really focused on all my, it's great getting the accolades, but I was just, I was trying to. University of Charleston, we've never been to the Division II playoffs, and I just, my main goal was to, get the program somewhere that it's never been, which is to the playoffs, and we fell just short. We went 9-2 that year, and I had a great year, and that was, it wasn't my goals at the time, but I'm glad that it happened.
Sounds good. And you attended I believe it was like a NFL. It was like a scouting combine, but more like a not official. It's like I believe you got invited to some sort of scouting combine hosted by the NFL.
Yes, I went to the Cleveland Regional Combine, and I did real well at that, and then I got invited to the Super Regional Combine, which was it was in Dallas, Texas, at the Cowboys Stadium. It's about an hour away from where I'm at now in Texas, and it was a great honor. There was a bunch of NFL scouts at that. I did really well at that as well.
Sounds good. And you went and you signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. How did it feel signing your first NFL contract?
Well, right after the draft, I got a call from the Chiefs, and they asked me if I'd signed with anybody, and I told them I hadn't, and they congratulated me and all that, and then it ended up that I was actually a tryout guy for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I got invited to the rookie minicamp. And I think they ended up inviting like 39 or 40 guys to that minicamp. And I ended up doing really well at that minicamp. And after the minicamp, then I was signed to a contract.
Yeah.
And I spent 5 months with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I got released, unfortunately, after the third preseason game.
Yeah, and that must have been not a good feeling getting cut by the Chiefs.
Oh no, it wasn't a good feeling at all. It was it was devastating for me because I love playing football, and I'll do anything it takes to play football because I've been doing it ever since I was 9 years old, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, what was it like being coached by Andy Reid?
He was a great coach. He tried to help me out a lot. He's a very knowledgeable, self-driven, motivational guy. He took this year the Chiefs started off really well, and they made it into the playoffs, and I wish them all the best.
Absolutely, and how did it feel taking some handoffs from Alex Smith?
Oh, he's a great quarterback. It was a humbling experience. It was awesome. He's a great leader, and I just wish him all the best.
Absolutely, and is there still some guys on the Kansas City Chiefs that you still keep in contact with?
Yes. I talk to Eric Kush occasionally on Twitter, and there's a few other guys I talk to. Sometimes I talk to Devin Wiley, He's actually on another team right now. There's a few more guys I talk to occasionally. I text them via text, Twitter, just talk about football, and I just wish them all the best of luck.
Absolutely. And so after you got cut by the Chiefs, you took a little bit of a break, but then got signed by the new CFL expansion team, the Ottawa Red Blacks. And how did you feel? Because you were the fifth guy signed by the Red Blacks, I believe. So how did you feel being, one of the first guys signed by the new expansion team?
It was great being signed by the new expansion team. I was excited when it did happen. Jeremy Snyder was the guy that he was actually at the Kansas City Chiefs training camp, and I think he saw me doing really well there, so he kept in contact with me, and as soon as they could start signing guys, I was one of the first guys on their list.
Absolutely. And would you say it was a hard transition to adapt to the Canadian football rules? Because there's a lot of different rules in Canadian football compared to American football.
Yeah, the rules are different. I didn't think it was too hard to adapt. For me, it wasn't. The running back, he can do a lot more in the backfield, as opposed to the NFL. He can motion a lot more and move around. That would be, I didn't think it was that hard of a transition.
Absolutely. And you come in, and Henry Burris, one of the big Canadian quarterbacks in the CFL. How did it feel just taking handoffs from him as well?
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. He's always smiling. He picks up people around him. He's a very motivated individual, and I just wish him and the Red Blacks good luck this season.
Absolutely. And do you think Red Blacks are going to have a good season this year, or?
I hope they have a great season this year. I wish them all the best of luck.
Mm-hmm. And again, unfortunately, you did get cut by the Red Blacks. It was a shocker to me when I saw that, because I thought you were doing really well. So how did you feel about when you got cut by the Red Blacks?
Really, I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I thought I was doing really well, and unfortunately, the management felt, like going in another direction. So, I just wish them all the best of luck, and hopefully they have a winning season.
Absolutely. And so currently you're a free agent. If there was a team that you would like to sign for, what team would you want to go?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite team, but I'm just wanting to go to a team that'll, give me the right opportunity, and at least let me play in, some preseason games and just see what I'm all about, before they make a decision next time to, release me, because, I'm just ready to take this next opportunity, and I'll help your team be successful, and I'm a team player. And if you want me to play quarterback, if you want me to play defensive back, kick returner, wherever you want me to play, I'm ready. I'm willing and ready to, take advantage.
Absolutely. So to all the NFL teams looking in, you should hear that and take that into account when you try and sign Jordan Roberts here. So what you have a YouTube channel, and you post a lot of workout vids, and how often do you work out, would you say?
I work out about 6 days a week, 1 to 3 times a day usually. I've been working out in the morning, and then usually I'll later in the evening. And I've just been working mostly on my speed and agility and my balance, not necessarily, a lot of lifting, but I do lift, but I'm just trying to get faster.
Absolutely. And you post a bunch of your workouts on your YouTube channel. What workout would you say is the most intense workout for you that really gets you going?
Well, I try to, vary my workouts each time I go, so my muscles, don't get used to the same thing every day. So I did a workout the other day with legs. I did a lot of squats, like goblet squats and jumps, and I jumped rope a lot. I did a lot of different various things with my legs for explosiveness and building my lower body, the power of my legs, and that was pretty tough.
Absolutely. And also, too, you're trying to get some sponsorships, I saw. Could you just explain more about this First Form athlete sponsorships?
Yes. I entered this contest called First Form, and they're picking 5 athletes to be sponsored by their company, and I'm trying to be one of them. So I've been posting workout videos, motivational quotes, and just things that I do on a daily basis to motivate other individuals, and showing my training and all that.
Absolutely, and definitely, you guys go definitely check out his Twitter account, retweet all that, help him out, become First Form athlete, and definitely help out Jordan Roberts here. So, what would you say? What would you say your main goal? What would you say your main goal would be? Right in the next couple of months?
My next couple of goals. First and foremost, I'm looking for an opportunity with the NFL, CFL team. I'm seeking a new agent right now that'll hopefully open some doors for me. Right now I'm training and just seeking more opportunities to get my name out there. I just need somebody to take a chance on me.
Absolutely, and I'm pretty sure someone will definitely take a chance on you, George. So thank you for joining in on the Roz Gibby podcast for this interview.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You can check out Jordan Roberts on Twitter at Jordan Roberts RB. You can also check out his fan page on Facebook. And anything else you want to plug just quickly before we end off?
That's pretty much it. That's it.
All right, sounds good. So thank you for listening into the Roz Gibby podcast. Stay tuned because we're going to have a Monday Night Raw review. I'm going to be doing it with a co-host. And also we're going to have another interview this Friday with Reality of Wrestling's Brian Keith. So definitely stay tuned for that. But for Jordan Roberts, I'm Zach McGibby. And thank you for tuning into the Roz Gibby podcast. And as always, Gibby is signing off.